Aloha mai kākou. My name is Shane Albritton, born and raised on Maui. I'm a teacher at Baldwin High School. I'm the ag teacher over there. And I wasn't expecting to be here all day. I got here at about 8:15, hoping I would be kind of high up on the list. And then when the doors opened, we saw a big rush of people coming here to get on the list first. And so we got to listen to the whole first hour about how hard it is to own 5 vacation rentals on Maui. And I thought, what a great representation of how these investors put themselves ahead of the community. My grandparents bought their house in Kihei in the 50s for $40,000. My mom bought my childhood home in Pukalani for $100,000. And until pretty recently, I thought I would never be able to afford to buy a house here. The house I grew up in that my mom bought for $100,000 that she had to sell because she couldn't afford is worth over $1 million now. It's like 10 times the amount that my mom couldn't afford. So when I talk to my students at Baldwin about staying on Maui and living on Maui, you can feel the hopelessness. Like they really don't feel like they have a chance. They have opportunity to stay here and make a living here and really build a life here. And it's heartbreaking. And as an ag teacher, theoretically, I'm trying to help train the future farmers of this place. But honestly, I cannot tell them in good conscience that they can be a farmer and make a living on Maui. And so we really try to focus on subsistence farming, growing things that you can help feed your family to try to offset some of the cost of living here. But obviously, we need agriculture. I mean, I don't know about anyone else in the room, but given everything that's happening in the United States right now, like I cannot say I trust them to continue to send us enough food to eat. So, like I said, I wasn't planning on being here all day. My wife is real mad that I wasn't home today to help with all the stuff that we got going on. But I feel like it's important enough for me to be here and say this. I don't have any direct financial interest in supporting this bill. But, as someone whose family has been on Maui for 5 generations now, like I think it's super important for our community to start making moves to be able to provide a life here for our keiki. Mahalo.
Questions for our testifier? Mr. Johnson?
Thank you, Chair. First off, as a teacher, I really appreciate what you do, and I'm a farmer myself, former teacher as well, so thank you so much for your service. The message that you carry to your students and the hopelessness that you describe, if this bill passes, do you think your message will change?
Honestly, I think this bill is a good first step. I hope the county takes more steps to further kind of disincentivize the use of our very limited housing market as an investment vehicle for people that don't even live here. I think if we can go further, raise taxes on all real estate investments and try to provide an actual market for people who live here to be able to afford to work here and live here, that would be better. But I would say it sends a message and it's a good first step.
My email is pretty readable, easy, so let's chat. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Member Paulton?
Thank you so much, Mr. Albritton, and please tell your wife I'm very sorry. Probably all of us are, but thank you for letting you to stay here as well. What I wanted to clarify when you said about first step and then disincentivize, and how when your parents or your grandparents purchased homes, would us creating affordable homes, but they have to be owner occupied in perpetuity, or they have to be affordable in perpetuity. Is that what you're speaking towards?
I think those would be measures that would help. I also think that raising property taxes on real estate investment to the point that it's not profitable would also help. But I think anything that we can do, to kind of send a signal to the world that we want to prioritize people who actually have kuleana, Hawaiians, generational local families being able to stay here and, have a working class on Maui would all be helpful.
Thank you so much. And we're really sorry to your wife, and thank you for lending you to us.
Thank you. I have a question for you, Ms. Britton. You talked about doing sustainable farming, and that's so, when you're teaching your class, are you helping them to figure out that no matter how large or small their backyards might be, that they can still do something?
Absolutely. So right now we're rebuilding our ag program. During COVID, it got all overgrown, so we're kind of still digging ourselves out of that hole. But right now we're focusing on canoe crops, kalo, ulu, uala, mai'a. And I give them extra credit if they take home huli when you harvest kalo, and they're like, hey, go listen in the yard, send me a picture when you harvest, and give them extra credit. So it's kind of like the main message really that I'm trying to instill in them right now is we should all be participating in our food security.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of participation with your students that actually take the ulu home or the kalo and actually plant it and it actually grows?
Yeah, they love it. So right now we're renovating our ag kitchen so that we can cook more of the stuff that we eat kind of on campus. But yeah, I mean, harvest time is their favorite. Pulling weeds is not their favorite.
Okay. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, cleaning the ulu patch is not. But I would continue to encourage you to talk to Mr. Johnson here because we call him the ag man, so. But he'd be very helpful in terms of assisting your classroom as well as potential funding if you might need. So, yeah, so thank
Okay.
you.
Mahalo.
Thank you.